Alrighty, welcome back. Happy Thursday. Welcome. How we doing? How's your day? How's the morning? How's everyone feeling? Buenos dias. Morning, David. Morning, Darth. Morning, Margin. G Pilot. Kavi. David. Closer. Chef. Congratulations, Chef. Let's go, man. Geraldo. Bruce. How's the hacking going? DP. Ricky. Oh, there's Ricky Bobby. Steezy. If you ain't first, you're last. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I thought it was Friday this morning. I woke up. I was about to take my trash out. Friday's trash day. And then I was like, oh, shit, it ain't Friday. Morning, guys. Palantir. Yeah, I mean, I can't be that surprised about that. Of course, if you were stuck in it, not fun. But, I mean, little sell-off there. Warranted, I'd say. Will provide good opportunities. I mean, chart looks just fine even with that drop. So we'll see. I think this is good. This is good for traders at least, right? It's going to be a good opportunity both ways. I'm sure there'll be maybe some more downside. Maybe there'll be some bounce back. You know, I think it'll be it'll definitely waken up the trade again, I'd say. There'll be some opportunity there back to the upside, I'm sure, at some point. So we'll see. See how we can take advantage of that today. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a case for the gap fill on earnings. Would be nice. Man, I can't believe how many levels I have on Palantir. Holy shit. I need to start deleting some of these things. Look at this. These are all just gone. Gone. These alerts are never going to get hit. Maybe they will. Who knows? I got to start deleting some of these lines, though. These are all just as we ran higher. I mean, the dream entry would be, and maybe even the best, really nice short would be getting us back down to the earnings gap fill. That would still be a great, still be very bullish for Palantir to come back to the earnings gap fill and bounce. It's not like it's, a dead stock now. It's just needs a little pullback. This could be fantastic right here, 85. I would not be surprised to see that. One of these. We'll talk more about it. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, Baba big today. Definitely a big Baba watch. Definitely some big levels on Baba on the weekly chart that I'm going to point out today for you guys. Definitely some interesting opportunities there for sure. Baba's been a hot stock and big breakout today over that 130 spot. And over 130, if we can get a pullback to it, that would be great. I don't know if we will, but we shall see. Morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'm originally from New York, Johnny. Lived in New York, lived in New Jersey. Now I live in Florida. All right. 8:04, 8:05. Let's get it started. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hims. Yeah, man. Hims. Oh, baby. Hims is the dark horse. You guys know. We've been talking about Hims for probably close to a year now. I would say close to a year. We've been talking about Hims on this live stream. Maybe like more like maybe 6 months. I think we started really focusing on it back here in June, July. I mean, this thing, motherfucker. Long and strong, baby. Long and strong. All right. Let's do it. So, first thing is first, economic calendar. We got, what do we got? Jobless claims today? Believe so. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Morning, guys. Everyone stepping in. All righty. Here we go. Today, unemployment claims 8:30. So that's really all we're looking at there. Today, this morning, 8:30. We'll keep an eye out on that, see what the market reaction is. Natural gas, crude oil inventories, some FOMCs opening their mouth, FOMC members opening their mouth later, Trump speaking tonight. Not too much. Really just this unemployment claim. So let's see what that shows this morning. Tomorrow morning, 9:45, manufacturing PMI, home sales, and consumer sentiment, inflation expectations to end the week. All right? That's really it. Earnings, we had BABA. That looks to really be the one that's in focus this morning. BABA, Walmart as well. How'd Wayfair do? What is Wayfair's ticker? W? Wayfair's slightly down. How'd Unity do? What's Unity's? Unity Software. What is Unity's ticker? Is it U? No. Yeah, it is U. U, slightly down. Okay, not really anything interesting there. How'd Jumanji do? Jumanji, down. Shake Shack? What's Shake Shack's ticker? How they doing? They're actually opening a Shake Shack near me. I think it's one of the first ones on the west coast of Florida. Shake Shack. Up. Shake Shack up. Yeah, Shake Shack's pretty good. Just the food is just a grease ball to me, man. That food is just a grease ball. I usually have a pretty good stomach ache after I eat Shake Shack, man. I don't know. Toast, yeah, Toast did all right. I'd actually be interested in see what Toast number were. EPS miss, sales beat. I'm more interested in seeing how many locations they're getting into, that kind of stuff. Added 28,000 net locations, ending the year with 134,000 locations. I mean, still so much to go if they can continue to take market share. Yeah, we'll see. I'll read more into this. All right. Let's do it. And then tonight, okay, so hold on. Tonight earnings, Block, Rivian, Mercado Libre. And then we'll take a look at BABA and Walmart when we get into the stocks. All right? All right, guys, here we go. So, here's the first thing I want to point out, my friends. The entire week so far, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so far today, has just been a consolidation week. There has really been no breaks to the upside, no breaks to the downside, just sort of a sideways inside day type trading range. And we can see we are still above that major high, right? And this is really the key. The key is, can the market continue to consolidate above this major high, right? This consolidation for now is very bullish. It is still a very bullish consolidation. The fact that we continue to see buyers defend these previous highs, turning that into a major low, is very bullish for now, right? If we do fail back below this and reject it, that would be just sort of that look as TB likes to say, Mr. Trade Brigade, a look above and fail, right? Sort of a buyer's failing up here, little bull trap up above these highs. If we do fail below that, that would be a bearish situation, right? And would definitely lead to some downside on the markets. And that would be a really ugly thing for the markets. The reason I say that is because you would re-enter the absolute destruction zone that we were in for all of December and all of January, right? You would just completely re-enter the complete shit show within this zone here, which was just a disgusting channel on the market. So you'd really like to not fall back within that, right? You'd really like to not fall back within that structure. For now, you can see the market is attempting its best to try and hold above it, right? We're trying to hold above those previous highs. So that's going to be the key, right? That's going to be the key. No matter how many times it just sort of does nothing here, the key is it still above? Is it still above these highs? If it's still above these highs, it's still a bullish consolidation. If it fails below, that's when things start to get a little bit shaky. So that's something we need to really pay attention to, right? Now let's go ahead and zoom in on the short-term time frames. So we can see that zone that we just talked about is right here, right? That golden zone that we just talked about, that's right here. That's the zone that I really want to see the markets hold on to. You can see 22.1 to 22,050, right? That is these lows from Friday, these lows from Tuesday. And again, we got another beautiful opportunity to long this low yesterday, right? Look at the opportunity again yesterday. Early morning drop into that low. Look at the opportunity that came in, right? So these drops into this golden zone below, down into this 22.1, 22,050 has given you long opportunities both Tuesday and yesterday, right? Beautiful. Very nice. Now, we can see that those longs are short-lived because of our major 22,000. It's really, I'm going to delete that for now, but 22,300 to 22,270 looks to be sort of that smackdown, 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 smackdown. Right? We can definitely see the failures that are coming in around that 22,300 on the Nasdaq futures, right? Right there. Bam. Wall. Bam, bam, bam. So, it's pretty clear here, guys. This is your market. That is your market, right? If we were to delete these two sort of middle-of-the-road levels, which are important, these are sort of your, micro levels between this larger structure. Here's your high, and here's your low. Right? And you are just trading between this channel. Very nice. So understand that. If we do drop down towards this low again today, consider looking for that bounce and long. If we pop back into these highs, consider, looking for that fail once again. That's what the market has been doing, and we'll see if it does it again. Now, within that larger zone, we can see there's some levels that are reacting on the shorter term, right? And we can sort of talk about those. We can see this 22,220, right? And I've been adjusting these levels as the days go by, because it gets more and more clear about which levels are trying to hold, trying to reject. So I think now the clear level looks to be, it's really between 22,220 and 22,200. It's still like that sort of zone right there, right? You can see all within here, you have sort of this failure area on the Nasdaq futures, right? Right here at these previous lows, you see the rejections here that came in on Tuesday. You see some of these holds that came in yesterday above this level, which sort of facilitated some upside. And then you can see here look at the pre-market right now, guys, right? See this pre-market? You're rejecting underneath that 22,220 to 22,200. So today, it's pretty clear. You need to get over 22,220. If you do not, then you are going to sort of slide lower, right? Back into this low right here. 22,150, 22,150, 22,150, 22,150. If you get a slide lower to here, then maybe there's a bounce right here, right? And then maybe there's a rejection right here, right? And then if we get above this high, get above this 220, then you probably get a push into 270 again. So for now, this is like sort of your very tight range that you're watching today. 22,220 to 22,150. The pre-market has made it very clear for you. Here's your pre-market low or your after-hours low. Here's your after-hours high. It's very clear. Look, right there. There's your range of the day. So if you break this range high, you're looking for the move into this supply high. If you break this range low, you're looking for a drop into 22.1, right? Very clear. Here's your inside range. Here's your boundary bands. Just got to trade it. You just got to trade it. You either trade it or you leave it alone, right? But that's it. That's all it is. That's all the market's doing right now. There's nothing crazy going on. You're just trading levels, 22,220, 22,150, Upper band 22.3, lower band around 22.1, 22,050. And how you react to these levels on the intraday and how you trade based off these levels is going to decide your P&L. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. So, if you shorted yesterday at the supply highs, you won. If you long down here near that 22.1, you won, right? Let's just keep doing it. Okay? Let's just keep doing it. QQQ, same thing. It looks like 541 zone is your sort of brick wall above. Downside demand looks to be stepping in around the 536, 537 zone. You can see longs, right? Holds here. You can see pre-market. We have the holds there again. To the upside, our previous all-time high continues to just be a level that we can't really have a sustainable hold above, right? That's really what's causing the problems here, is that you can't get a sustainable hold above that previous all-time high, right? So you can see right here, previous all-time high, 539.15, and look at these rejections here, back below that level. You tried to hold above that level yesterday, which gave you that pop, which I'll talk about in a second. I'll zoom in a little bit. But this looks to be the level that, sort of decides which side of the market we're on. If we're below it, we're on this side of the market. If we're above it, we're on this side of the market. Right? It's really just equilibrium is like right in the center at previous all-time highs. It's actually quite interesting that looks to be pretty much the 50% point of this range. Maybe a little bit less. Just about 50%. 50% between here and here is right here, and right here is coincidentally the previous all-time high. So you can very much see what's going on here. I mean, you can start to really get a feel for how the market's just sort of trading within this range in the middle of pretty much using this previous all-time high as the equilibrium point, and we're just sort of trading, off the lows and off the highs, and that's it. All right, so today, watch the 539.15 area. Careful of the rejections here. If we move back down to 537, 536, look for that bounce again. Under 536, you'll get your 534. All right, if we do break below that 536, we'll probably get our 534. That's something you could look for as well. If we break this Tuesday low and around this Wednesday low, that could be a nice drop towards 534. Okay? You can see yesterday, if we go to the 5-minute chart, I think you'll be able to see. Yeah, so right here yesterday, guys, you see this end-of-day hold. This is where I longed the SPX yesterday because you got a hold on both the Qs and the SPY previous all-time high. You can see right here. See this hold right here, end of day, around 2 o'clock? See how we broke, retested, and held that exact previous all-time high? That is exactly why I longed the SPX yesterday. There's no other reason. This was the exact reasoning. Why did I long yesterday into close? Right there, previous all-time high, break, hold above it. We started to see buyers step in, and you can see the sort of pop that came in right there after we reclaimed that level. Very nice. Okay, we'll talk about that on the SPY in just a second. S&P 500, same exact read. There is no difference here. 6120 is very clearly the big level. Let me see if I have a good read on this on the daily chart. I believe I do. Yeah, so right here you can see on the 4-hour. See this 4-hour? Go ahead and expand that a little bit. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see major highs, major lows, and you're trying to hold above that level right now, right? Right there. 6110, 6120, you're trying to hold above it. So that has been our level. Let's go ahead and zoom in now. That has been our level. Right down here, 6120, 6115 zone. Holds. Yesterday you made that higher low that we talked about at 6130. That was very nice. Right? You see this higher low yesterday? Bam, bam. Can you make a higher low today? That would be good, right? Here's a low. Here's a higher low. Can you make a higher low at 6140 today? That would be a question mark. All right, can you sort of see something like, nope, that's ugly. Something like this. Bam, 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 right? Can that maybe help us higher? That could be something we watch. 6140 holds would be nice today. Right here, you can see 6140 previous highs. Here's your lows. Here's your highs. Here's your lows. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Highs, lows, highs, lows. Can it be a low again today? Something to watch there, right? If we break 6140 today, we're going back to 30. We're going back to yesterday's lows. If we break 30, we're going back to 6120. Upside SmackDown continues to come in around the 6160, 6165 zone, right? SmackDown, SmackDown, SmackDown. I'd be careful of SmackDowns again if we do get a pop higher. Okay? And you can see the title of the live stream is Pullback I Would Look For. Okay? The pullback that I would look for, again, I will reiterate this because I do believe that this is very possible. I'm going to go ahead and delete some of this real quick. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here. I still believe that it is possible that you need this right here. When I zoom out on this chart and I ignore some of this noise, right? All this noise that's going on, all this nonsense. What I truly believe that is possibly happening here, that's very possible to happen here, is we're going to need, ultimately, if we continue to see fails up here and we continue to see a lack of buying, right, and sort of buyers just give up, we have no more buying pressure left, right, and we just sort of say, hey, let's get lower, right? Think about this as an auction, guys, okay? Just think about this logically. If you have buyers and sellers, think about a bunch of maniacs in a room trying to bid on something, right? Barrett Jackson. Think about Barrett Jackson. No buyers left, right? The guy's screaming numbers. No one's willing to go for it. So maybe he starts lowering that number, and then the buyers come back in, right? I think it's going to be possible that if you get a lack of buying up here, you're going to need to see this. I believe this is very possible. 6100 on the ES really looks to be the best spot on the market right now for buying. I bet you there is just a ton of stacked up buyers here. 6100, 20 SMA, previous highs here. It would give back this straight up upside, right? It would give back sort of this frothy straight up. You would come back down to here. You'd come back down to these highs. You'd come back down to the daily 20. I really believe that that is the next move. Like, this is why I've been, making sure I'm de-risking longs pretty much into overnights almost every night. Like yesterday, I had some longs from Tuesday. I de-risked all of them, besides one, which is Tesla, and Nvidia, of course. But I had Meta longs. I had some TEM longs. I basically had some longs that I said, you know what? I need to make sure I understand that we are still below this major supply high, and if we do get this drop to 6,100, I want to be, cash heavy and ready to strike on something down here. I do believe you will get this move. That is like something I'm waiting on. So I would pay attention to that. That looks really proper to me. That just looks really proper. It looks like the move that would really set up a beautiful long. Now, that does not happen unless we really do start to see breakdowns, which we're not. So, is it happening right now? No. And would I short the market? Here's what I'm saying, okay? Would I short the market saying, oh, Desi said we should go to 6,100, I'm going to short? Absolutely fucking not. No, that's not what you do, okay? Because there's nothing breaking down. You're not breaking down 6,140. You're not breaking down 6,130. You've clearly not broken down 6,120, right? I would not be trying to short down into 6,100 and just ignore the fact that these are not breaking, like these levels are just holding. Don't do that. So, there's really not a short into that level unless maybe you can catch a short under 6,120 into 6,100. This would be the only short that I think you'd viably look for, is about a 20-point short from 6,120 to 6,100. That's really the only short there. If you're not shorting, if you want to look for this, you need to either short at the exact high so your risk reward actually makes sense, or you need to short under 6,120. Right? You either need to short at this exact high, so at least you have positive risk reward, right? At least you have positive risk reward if you short up here. And if it does break out, you can just take a small loss. Or you need to wait for like the 6120 to break, right? Maybe a rejection under Tuesday's lows, something like that. And then maybe you can get that free fall for about 20 points on the ES, which could be really nice. This would be a free fall, by the way. Do not panic if that's a free fall. That will be a free fall, okay? Under this 1520 area, you will free fall to the downside to 6100, okay? So you can keep an eye on that. That'll be a really nice opportunity if it happens. But for now, key levels are holding. So let's continue. SPY, let's try to get this in before jobless claims. 6/12/30, very clear, right? Very, very clear. Continues to reject the exact high. Previous all-time high. We are holding above that previous all-time high. You can see right here. So that's pretty good for the SPY, 611, right? Very nice. Still holding above that, 611, previous all-time high. So we have to watch that today. Like I was talking about yesterday, here's the long that I took on the SPX. Look how beautiful this was, guys. This just could not have been more beautiful yesterday. I was so confident in this trade, and that's probably why you saw the size that I took. I mean, look at this thing, man. What we were talking about in the chat real time when this was going on. You guys know if you're in the Discord, you let me know if you remember this. You can let me know in the chat. This was a beautiful setup into end of day. Look at this right here. Friday's highs. Perfect. Tuesday's highs. Perfect. Guess what? Look at this later day hold. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Previous high, previous high, previous high, previous high. Bam, bam. I longed it off this. I knew this was a break and retest opportunity over the previous day highs, over the Friday highs. And look at that break and hold and just squeeze. This was awesome. So awesome. That was the end of day trade. It just ran, man. Awesome stuff. So today, look, you're at the same level. Look at that. You're at the same level. 611. Right here. Yesterday's squeeze point. So does this hold today? Very possible, right? If this holds today, you can definitely see upside again. But of course, we're going to have to be careful here at 612.30. And I guess we'll just have to put a level up here at 613 now. Because that's sort of where it got smacked yesterday. Let's keep that up there. To the downside, it looks to be, to me, right around this 609.50, 608.50 zone. Below that, 607.50. And then this is sort of that big pullback that I was talking about. 605. That's that daily 20 SMA pullback right here. That would be real nice. And this is your free fall zone. Really under this 607.50, you can have free fall downside into 605. So keep an eye on that. Mr. Jones, beautiful rejection again. Oh my God. Man, I'm telling you, I ain't bullshitting. Look at this Dow long. The levels are just sick. Dow, you future, like I said yesterday, future traders should be trading the Dow. This is just an insane technical chart. Look at this absolute perfection. Tuesday's lows, if you would have just closed your eyes and long there, if you would have closed your eyes yesterday and longed at 44.4 again, you would have got blessed. If you would have closed your eyes and shorted the 44.750, I mean, pretty nice stuff on the Dow, man. Pretty nice technical trader here on the Dow. IWM, same channel, 227.50, 225. Nothing has changed there. And the SMH real quick. Actually, no, let's look at the Dow. Let's look at the jobless claims before we go to SMH. Where's Hamish? Hamish is ready. Press that like button. Jobless claims. Here we go. 5 seconds. And nothing. Market don't care. What's the numbers, Hamish? A little bit of upside. Yeah, Google's an interesting one, man. I'm keeping eyes on that Google. It just hasn't really given me my entry point yet, but I'm keeping eyes on it. I've been basically watching it every day. ¿Dónde está Hamish? I guess I got to look it up myself. Jobless claims 219 versus 215. Pretty much in line. Yeah, nothing. All right. SMH has been floating towards our 260, man. This is exactly what we talked about, right? We talked about once the SMH gets over that 251, it's going to float higher into that 260, and that's pretty much what it's done here, right? You can see right here, 251 to 260, just floating higher. So I would say you're probably going to get a rejection up here pretty soon, guys, at 260. I would assume that it's going to get a little heavy up there, right? 260s, maybe it sort of creeps into like the 263.50 zone, right up here. I would sort of put it like this, actually. This is how I'd put it on your charts, just so you know that it's, going to reject possibly anywhere between there. Anywhere between 260, 263.50, bam, 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 and you're basically just floating through the gap fill above 251 to 260. So let's see what happens to semis as we get into that supply high. Is Baba ripping right now again? 140, huh? Yeah, there's a key level right here. We'll talk about it in a second. Very key level. All right, let's jump into the equities. Press that like button if you guys could. 3,300 people here. 1,100 likes. Damn, you guys are doing well, man. I appreciate you guys. We've turned the tide. We got people that are here to press the like button. I love to see it. Love to see it. What are we at? 98,650. We need 1,343 people. 1,343 people. 1,343 people to press the subscribe button, and we will get the plaque. We are very close, guys. Very close. Let's keep on going. All right, Tesla. So I'm still holding the Tesla marches. I still like the idea. I think we've gotten the best possible entry. I really don't think there's a better entry than where we took this. We took this on Friday of last week on the downside move when everyone was sort of panicking, right? As Tesla just went straight down into demand. So we picked up those longs around 350. We've held that 350. Very nice. This is the best, I think right now, this is the best long entry. Why is it the best? It's not the best because it's the lowest, right? But it's the best in terms of Tesla must hold this level if it wants to go higher. If Tesla breaks this 350 to 346 area, then I would say, this breaks down, right? And it's just going to fail lower and it's done, right? So I would say 350, 346 continues to be that spot that needs to hold. You can see it's been holding very well. This is the spot that you want to be long off of. And I continue to stay long marches, just sort of giving it time. I only have one contract right now, guys, so really not that exciting of a trade. I am waiting for a 365 break and hold to sort of add into my normal size. If we break over 365, 365, 365, 365, 365, if we break and hold above this, that would be the long that I would get, sort of juicy on. Over 365. Over 365, you should trade up into this daily 20 and this 380 zone, right? That's where you would trade next. Up into these previous lows, this high here, this area over here. That would be your next target right here. So very much watching Tesla today over 365. It has definitely shown outperformance for sure. However, you need to get over this 365, man. It's too heavy to try to trade into. You cannot front run this up here. Look. Don't front run this. Don't do it, guys. Right? I know you're gonna get a little antsy. Guys, how many retail traders do you think bought longs right here on this push? Right here. Here. Buying. Everyone's buying calls. Here we go. Tesla's going to break out. I know it. Just trading a breakout, buying longs, buying longs, buying calls, buying calls. This time's different. Trust me, bro, it's different this time. We're gonna break out. All right. All the chat, all the chats around the world saying, "Oh, trust me, bro, Tesla breakout, here it comes." Yep, love it, love it, love it. Buying longs, bam, 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 bam. Nope. Down. Bam. Don't front run 365. Don't do it. Okay? No matter what it looks like. I don't care what it looks like going into that level. Hold yourself from pressing the button, man. Have some self-control. It is not a long here. You need a breakout. Like, let it break out. Let it just penetrate like this. Bam. And then let it pull back. And let it prove to you that it's going to maintain above. And if that happens, you take the trade. Okay? Wait for it. Or look for a panic attack day back here. If you get a panic attack day that back here, look for this as an opportunity. Okay? That's it. Nvidia. Another nice hold. Another nice hold right here. 138 continues to really step up on Nvidia. Love to see it. Still holding my full position. There has been no reason to exit yet. 138 continues to be a nice maintain. If 138 breaks, I think I will take some contracts off as a reason to, sort of as a, just locking up some profits, not getting crazy here. 100 SMA below, 50 SMA below will be your next nice long. If we do get a sort of, drip into this low, I think that's your next nice long down there at 135. If you continue to hold 138, continue to see if there's opportunities off that. And we clearly need to get over 142. 142 is the gap fill level, and it just keeps rejecting. AMD needs to hold over 115. I tried to trade this over 115 yesterday. It looked like it wanted to do it right here on the short term. You can see AMD broke. It retested. It tried to hold above that 135 and that daily 20. I longed it, and it failed. So AMD, again, just being a piece of shit. It needs to really hold above 115. 115 in the daily 20. I would say you need a strong daily closure above it, right? At this point, you just let the daily go above it. I like the daily chart on AMD. Here's why. I like this 113 right here. I think it's very nice. Here, here, and here. I think that's a very nice 113 daily chart hold. But you need to get above 115. What's Wolf doing? Big Al posted that. What is this stock? Wolf Speed? What is this stock? Got a lot of upgrades recently. Well, that was back in January. Yesterday. They bought puts on Nvidia. Fuck you. Wolfspeed semi-infrastructure. Thanks, Big L. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like a little dark horse here, huh? Maybe a little dark horse. Dark horses, trade at your own discretion. I'm not here for that. My last dark horse was Hims. That one worked out. But Wolf, yeah. All right, let's continue. We went Nvidia, went AMD. We'll go Broadcom. Broadcom. 224. Continues to be a really nice hold spot. Look at that. Right there. Right there. However, just look at this channel, man. That is some defined channel. The channel is channeling here. This is some defined channel action. 224, 238, 231.50 in the middle. You're just going to have to trade based off these levels if you want to be involved. SMCI. So SMCI, really clean rejection yesterday. Don't be scared of this rejection on SMCI. This is exactly where it should reject. I mean, this was perfection. This is exactly where this should reject. Right? Look at this right here. So here's SMCI's daily chart, and you can see right here, right? Check this low out. See these lows right here? Around 67, 67. Previous highs around the 67, 64. This is perfect. This is exactly where it should reject. 67 to 64, going to be a very difficult spot for SMCI, right? Look at this. See that shelf right there? You have a shelf low, shelf low, shelf low, into highs, and that's where you reject it, right? So very clean. Very clean. A lot of sellers stacked up there. Look at that sell zone. Perfect, perfect, perfect technical rejection. That's all it is. It's just a technical rejection. Sellers taking off positions. Okay? Now, we need to look for the pullback, right? I think that SMCI, in my opinion, and I know some of you may not want to hear this because you're very long maybe, but I believe your proper entry point is right here at 50. That's the proper entry point. That is the, I'm not going to chase SMCI with my pants down and just become foaming at the mouth trader. The proper long entry is at the retest of these previous highs, right? And likely back towards that 200 SMA. All right, that's the real entry point, in my opinion. So back here around 50 and maybe around that 200 SMA, anywhere between this 53 and 50 area is probably where you start to see some buying take back, the buyers come back in. Okay? If you break under 50 and back below the 200, it could get a little bit weak. Maybe it needs 44 again, right? Maybe it needs these previous highs again. Maybe it needs something like this. So I would watch 44. I would watch 50, right? And I would see what happens at the daily 200. You need this to pull back, right, guys? This is, okay, this is a very important mindset that I'm about to share with you. And most of you should understand this. I hope you do. When you see a rejection like this, right, and you see that become a very clear rejection point and a very important daily chart previous low that you know is going to be heavy. If you want to now long SMCI, you need risk-reward to create itself. How do you create risk-reward if you're looking to trade back into this supply, right? If you want to long SMCI and you want to long back into a smackdown level, well, how do you get a good trade? It's very logical. You need it to pull back, right? You need risk-reward to represent itself, right? You can't long it here and look to long right back into that level. That makes no sense. So you need this to come lower to reinitiate a risk-reward idea, right? You need it to be lower to reinitiate a risk-reward idea. Because you're not going to just trade right back into supply. That's just stupid. Okay? Or the only thing that changes that, or you wait for it to break above this level. That's the only if, or the only but, or the only or, whatever you want to call it. That's the only situation that is different, is if you break above this level. If it is not a break above 67, you need to wait for something lower, or you're just simply longing back into supply, and you will lose every time, like you've been doing possibly for a very long time, right? This is the mindset that needs to change. MU. So we talked about MU 200 SMA. That is the exact smackdown point. We talked about not longing into the 200. You never long into a 200 SMA, and you can see that rejected. So now I really don't enjoy anything here on MU. It really doesn't look like anything I'd trade. Maybe like back at 100. Maybe you can sort of look at that 100 SMA down there, right? Back here. And then long it back into 108. But 108 is very clearly the smackdown point. ARM, got to hold this little 152, I think, today. 152, 155 zone. ARM's been pretty sort of just shitty. That 170 smackdown is just too heavy. There's some major selling up here at 170. So I'm not a big fan of ARM anymore. It looked pretty good, as it was sort of trying to hold that 155, but yesterday sort of broke down. Let's see if it can pop back up, maybe reclaim that 155 today. But yeah, I think this is just sort of a wait and see. Not too interested there. Let's run through some Mag 7 names. Apple, 246, very clear. Consolidation is still very good on Apple. Still a very bullish consolidation, no doubt about it. Look at this consolidation. Even above this 240 is still very bullish. Just keep an eye on this 240, 250, 240. It's got to get over 246. It's got to get over 246. Google. Staying interesting, man. It's staying interesting, but that does not mean that you have to long it yet, okay? You don't need to long it yet. You need to get over 190. Once again, you need to get over 190. Amazon, 224 lows. Amazon remaining in a very bearish market structure. Very bearish on Amazon. Look at this market structure on Amazon. Very bearish. It's not good. So 224, if that floor breaks, you're going to 220, guys. If you break this 224 floor, you're going back to 220. And you're going to continue to make this lower, low, lower, high stair-stepping pattern. So look for that 224 break down there. Or look for it to hold there, right? You can get another very nice long here. Bam, bam, maybe another bam and long into 228. Very nice. Let's go into Meta. Meta, in a bearish structure as well, needs to shift. But, here's the big but. I would definitely be looking to see if this 690 level steps up here soon. 690 and that daily 20, absolutely something to watch here. 690 and the daily 20, absolutely a little sneaky long to pay attention to here. I would watch this in the daily 20. Could be very interesting. Or 680. 690, 680. It's got to get over, however, if you look at this structure, it's got to get over 706.50, right? It's got to get back above the Tuesday lows. If it can't get over Tuesday's lows, it stays weak. Over Tuesday's lows, it can get back going. Okay, let's jump into Palantir. Palantir, big drop last night. Not sure the exact reasons. Some people are talking about it being that the CEO was selling shares. Some people just think it's, a sort of a burst of this upside move. Probably a little bit of everything and a little bit of panic on top of all of it. 111 is definitely the level that needs to break today if you want to look for an upside move. It's very clearly 111. There's no doubt about that. Over 111, 114, right? And over 114, 118. Those are your upside supplies to look for. Downside demand that has to hold today is 105. It's like 105, 104. Let me go ahead and zoom out here. Yeah, it's like 101. It's probably a little bit more 104, to be honest. I would just sort of put a spot between 104, 105 and keep an eye on that. Under 104, I think you move into the 100 spot right here. I think this is really your money spot if you want to be patient. I think Palantir probably gets a little bit more downside. That's my personal opinion. Just my far shot personal opinion. I think you will see more downside to like this 100 spot. 100 and the daily 20. That's the money spot. That's where it must hold. If you break that 20 SMA and you see that weakness come in, then you are going to get this gap fill to 85, which would still be sick, but you're going to have to be short-term on the downside, looking for downside in that situation. So today, 104, 105 must hold. If you break that, you're going down to the daily 20. If you hold this 104, 105, you need to get back over 111. Okay? Yeah, TSM's interesting. I will go over TSM. I do like the little 100 SMA hold again here. I would watch that 197.50. Baba. So, this is a monster spot. Monster spot right here. Let me show you. Let's get into some Baba analysis because there's some very clear levels here. So, Baba daily chart. Okay, let's zoom out to the left here. Hold on. I got to go to the weekly, I believe. Weekly. Hold on here. Okay. So, here's your Baba levels. This right here, guys, is your must-watch level. Right here. these lows and this high. See how this low turned into a high, right, on a break and retest weekly rejection? See that? Obviously, this is very zoomed in, but I'm going to show you how this, I'm zooming in so you can really see this. This low and this high. This low right here, 138.43 is that low. This high is 138.70. 138.70. So right here, between 138.70 and 138.43, you need to hold above that. If you hold above that, you're going to this weekly low, in my opinion, right here at 152.80. Now, you can see I'm not bullshitting you because look at how it tried. Well, it just broke below it, which is no bueno. Look at how it rejected this exact little zone here after this earnings move. See this? See how it rejected right there? And look at how it held right here. It just tried to do that. Let's see if it does it intraday. If BABA can hold above this 138.40 to 138.70 zone, you can continue. If you fail below this level today, you will likely, I would say you'd likely see back to 135. 135, 133, 130. Or it's just a brute and you hold over this level. If you can hold over this level, then I think you can continue. Okay? All right, that's it. Nasdaq futures, nothing. Nothing. ES, nothing. 6140, nothing. SPY, nothing. 611. QQQ, nothing. 539. Yeah, it's all just sideways. Hood's coming back to the retest. Oh, Big Al. Yeah, we've been looking at this. We've been waiting for this. Oh, shit. Yeah, we've been waiting for this on Hood. We've been talking about this level. Look at this guy. A little bit of patience, my friends. Look what a little bit of patience does here. Every day we've been... what about Hood, Desi? Right? Well, let's wait for the retest. Look. Starting to happen. Interesting. 58. It could be 55. It could be 55. 55 or 58. It's one of the two levels there. I would also watch Walmart. Walmart's actually a sick pullback here. Look at Walmart. Look at this. Watch Walmart. Previous highs. Remember, someone asked me about Walmart too, right? Desi, what about Walmart? Hey, how about we wait for the retest? Look what happened. Retest. Retest happened. 95, 96, right? Retest always happens. It always happens. Look at where it's holding. I'd watch that. All right, guys. I got to head out to the group. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you did, please press that like button. If you want to trade live with me every day, press that link down below that says trade live with me. And if you're interested in a mentorship program that I am currently building, I'm going to show you guys, man. This is crazy. Hold on. Let me show you something. I'm at 158 gigabytes right now. 158 gigabytes of videos right now of content. 158 gigs. So then that's like, I think it's maybe like not even halfway. So this can be almost, I would say this is going to get close to like almost half a terabyte of data. So if you're interested, I'm putting a lot of work into it. I've basically been slaving myself away in this office for the first few months of this year, and I'm probably going to be here for another month or two. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. You can get more information. Basically, you're just going to get updated with emails, keeping you up to date with my progress. If that's something that interests you, check it out down below. Okay? Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.